First it was I don't know how. Then it was holy crap, I'm scared that everyone's gonna like not like what I'm doing.
Right.
But then it was the same thing I realized. It was like, why am I doing it? Because I love it. If I like this song and I know how to dance, why not just be myself and just fully go into it?
And all right, guys, what is going on? How are you doing? Welcome back to another podcast on the Creator Chats podcast. Today, I am with Armando, very special guest because we actually have no clue who we are. We fully did not plan that we're both wearing black, but it looks super clean. So with that said, guys, I'm going to give Armando to give a little intro, who he is, a little synopsis, kind of what he does, and from that, we will run it. So Armando, kill it.
So, guys, my name Armando Figueroa. I currently work as a personal trainer out in Ajax, small community-based gym. So
the community center.
No, sorry. So it's just a community-based gym in terms of why it was started. So a lot of the people who go there kind of know each other. It's nice because going to a gym with a bunch of people you don't know versus going with some friends.
Trust, 100%.
Very different vibe. So it's really nice to see people get along there. So that was actually where I did my placement for college. So I went when I fell in love with fitness and health, which we will probably go into in the...
Hey, let's get it.
At some point during this chat, we'll go into that. But yeah, I met a friend who did a program at Centennial College. It was fitness and health promotion. And I said...
That's what I did.
Why not? I was like, let's just get a nice broad view of everything that I could possibly do out of this. So did that, realized I want to be a trainer. I want to actually help people like physically, take them through the process. And that was what led me to the opportunity to do a placement at this gym. And as well as that went, they hired me and I've been there for about a year. So
Nice. What's the gym called?
Train Like Heroes.
Train Like Heroes. That's awesome. So it's in Ajax.
In Ajax, yeah.
Where about in Ajax?
So you go
I definitely want to check it out.
Bailey and Monarch.
Okay, so way over
It's like
on.
right across from the fire station, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so that's close to Brock. Good life. Okay, that's where I go.
Somewhat, yeah.
Sick, but it's a bit more private.
I'm going to be seeing you. I'm actually going to be coming back to Brock Good Life.
You used to go to Brock?
A bit, sometimes.
Nice, bro, dude. I love it.
That place is a great gym.
You guys know Brock. Like, it's definitely like, you know.
If you know a good gym, like, this is a great gym. If you're ever in Pickering, go to the Good Life at Brock.
Mm-hmm. How is it? So it's like a small, private, almost like one-on-one gym.
It looks like, not necessarily so, almost like those open box ones.
Okay.
Like garage doors at the back.
Nice.
Small little office at the front. But
Nice.
like once you're in, you're in. It's
That's
just
clean, man.
cubbies and then the entire floor space, which is all padded. And then at the back, we have all the turf.
Yeah, I love it. I used to go to a gym for like a little bit. I did a week. I don't know if you know what it was like 24-hour fit.
Yes.
In Pickering?
I've been there before.
Have
too.
you? Is it kind of like that?
That is actually where I started working out.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I liked it, man. The lady, what's her name? Don't tell me. My buddy and I always make. I always call her Orsel. What? Anyways, doesn't matter. No, she's a gem. Yeah, cool place. She's a gem, bro. I love her.
She challenged me one time to double under competition because I was skipping one time and she was like, "How many double unders can you do?" I was like,
double. Say it again. Double
unders. So like
like
and
skipping rope.
2 under. Like how many could I do? And I was like, I don't really know.
I love it. That's sick, man. So yeah, you know what? Let's talk a little bit before we go into dance and stuff like that. Let's talk about a little bit about fitness because that's interesting. Because again, guys, like I'm learning all of this. I don't really know Armando. So yeah, tell me, man, like when did that start? When did you start working out, et cetera, et cetera?
So interesting story.
We got the C-bar with you, bro, before it gets cold.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Before the tea gets cold.
Creator Chats podcast mugs. Let's get it. Japanese green tea. And thanks to you, bro, I'm having tea. I was going to have coffee. It's probably not a good idea. So
hey, small steps.
There's
steps. Nothing wrong with coffee as long as you don't depend on it.
Exactly. 100%, man. 100%. For me, and it's kind of cool, like you're a fitness guy, I can actually talk about this stuff. So I fast. I do intermittent fasting every day. So that's why, like, for me, I choose to use coffee to blunt my appetite in that aspect. But that's cool. Yeah, you can appreciate that. You can understand because, like, you're into fitness. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
That's it.
Explain a little bit about, like, how come fitness, et cetera, how long you've been training, because this is right down my alley. Like, I used to be a personal trainer, had a fitness business. Like, so
nice.
This is cool. Like, we're not meatheads.
Yeah.
We're not.
Trust me, we work out, but we're more than that.
Exactly,
we're more than the
guys.
physique. And honestly, that's the biggest thing was the mindset change.
Yes.
So the mindset switched when I was at a point where I was really unhealthy in my life. I think it was leaving high school. I went to George Brown College for 2 years, and I was in a program that I didn't necessarily realize I didn't want to be in. I was just going with the flow. You know, I needed to be in school. That's what I thought at that time.
Right.
Yeah, very bad habits. I'm not going to go into much detail with that, but just I realized one day when my buddies asked me to go work out, and I was like, I feel so weak. Not even just physically, but just mentally. The way I was, everything was so different. I was like, I just stopped one day, and I was so sick of my own shit. Because if somebody else is telling you need to change, you're not actually going to change until you're sick of your own shit.
Right.
That's the ultimate
100%,
thing.
100%.
I got sick of my own shit, and yeah, I started, like, once that happened and my mindset changed and I started thinking and acting a little differently, life works in crazy ways, and it started bringing specific people into my life.
That's
and
it, man.
I started meeting some really interesting people who had come upon similar opportunities to kind of study and then go abroad and learn there. So I was like, hey, there's so many opportunities here. Why not give this a shot? This is something I'm interested in. So some of my best friends now I actually met during my time at Centennial College, which is really cool. But yeah,
And you were there for 4 years then?
So that one was 2 years. 2 years. And so for 2 years, I was at George Brown, straight out of high school.
Okay.
I took a year off. I was just working. I was doing like a lot of physical labor, doing like installing irrigation systems, landscaping, all types of construction stuff like that. And I actually am very grateful that I did that because
dude, 100%, man.
the grind was insane. It was a whole different grind that I was like, how am I even doing this?
I literally, the last guest, Sergio, I guess that would be up now. Like, so the way I met him is like, he was a mover, and like, I didn't understand, especially people our age, like I didn't understand how physically demanding and hard it was to like, I actually saw, like, I thought he was going to die a few times. Like the way this guy was like carrying a bed,
Stuff.
My mom's like 600-pound mechanical bed. I have no clue why she has it, but like, no, I gained a huge amount of respect for people.
Yeah.
Like in the trades, man, but anything, especially because like the hours too, bro. Like I have friends, man, who like these guys are up at like 5, like they start at like 5 in the morning, and I'm like, man, like I really appreciate that you guys are like,
it's very different. I used to, so crazy enough, I used to work in Vaughan. I'm from Pickering. I used to wake up at 4:30, shower, get changed, have some food, hit the highway. You'd be surprised how fast the highway moves at that time in the morning.
oh yeah,
just express all the way to the 404 north, get off at Langstaff, I think it was, and I was like in South Vaughan where all the industrial buildings are, and that's where our main shop was. I used to work, and sometimes it depended on how long the job would take us, but I wouldn't finish until like 7 p.m.
100%.
By the time it's then, trying to get back to Pickering was like another hour and a half.
And then you got the other stuff. You got the schooling or the training or everything on top. Yeah.
I used to still go to the gym after that. I used
100%,
to still
bro. That's that is like the grind. Like that is that. No, 100%.
I thought I was crazy, and I think I still am crazy, which is totally cool.
A little funny story that brings me back to. So like I didn't do anything. I had opportunities to, but like I made sure not to do anything like too physically demanding, just because you can call it a cop out. I was just like, fuck, like no, I won't do that. So I worked part time at Baskin Robbins, which I know sounds a little funny, for about 4 years, right?
Nice.
And I remember though, like it just that story of whether, let's say it was like an 8-hour shift. Thankfully, like I don't, the boss, if you're watching, whatever, but like I would serve customers when they would come in, and then as soon as people would leave, I would go back in the back room on my laptop and just upload videos and just edit. The second come, person, serve, boom, clean. The second there's not a little bit of a rush, go back, like, and that just really reminds me of that time, whether that was like, I would stay there sometimes till like 12, like it would close at like 10, but the Wi-Fi was good.
The Wi-Fi,
like it's closed. You're already in your work zone. You might as well just upload the videos.
Stay there,
like, what's the point? Like, like just stay there, finish it, and then leave. So like that reminds me of like, but at the same time, it's funny, like those are almost some of like your best memories.
Yeah.
As weird as it sounds.
They were great. I like, as much as it was a struggle, it was so fun while I was doing it. And I learned a lot from that, from the people I was working with. Saw a lot of things that I would have never seen if I was just working somewhere else. So, and
you can appreciate little things. And I feel like, I don't even really know you, but just getting a sense, you really practice gratitude. Like that's something, there were like 5 times here where like I can just feel it's a good energy, man. You want that. And I feel that only comes through perspective of having the fucking 4 a.m, this, that.
That high vibrational frequency. That's what it's about.
It's so, dude, it's so interesting how like everyone, like literally the podcast yesterday, like he went off into spirituality and he went off
Nice.
into just vibes. Like, and he was so stoked. Like, I truly believe, I've said this before in Gabe's podcast when he was like, kind of like religious, but like more or less, I believe like every single creator, whether they know it or not, is spiritual.
Yeah.
Like I truly believe it, because like you won't keep going in something.
There has to be something so much greater than yourself.
Exactly.
In order to drive everything.
Exactly. Otherwise, like, why are you going to like,
You're like, why am I doing this?
even this podcast, like, why would we take this long for like, let's say X amount of views or whatever? Like, but there's a reason bigger than yourself. You know, so that's, maybe we'll touch more on that later. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, guys, fitness, spirituality, welcome to the life, content creation. That is literally living the high life. That is awesome. So, yeah.
Since you mentioned calisthenics and what was his name?
Sergio.
Sergio.
The guy, the calisthenics guy.
I'm sure now at some point I'm going to meet him.
Dude,
To
amazing.
be completely honest, because that was actually how I got into fitness. It was more, I don't know, calisthenics like caught my eye. I was like,
Yeah.
I used to see some guys just move their body weight like effortlessly over around the bar, whatever it would be, on rings too. So
100, you know what? Just real quick, like, that's why we have the laptop here. What's going on? I just want to show you a little, you know, I guess for you, but more so just for these guys, in case you guys missed it, the little quick Instagram clip of Sergio, just so you can get an idea, like if some people are unfamiliar with calisthenics, et cetera, et cetera.
if you guys have seen some calisthenics, and even within calisthenics,
Yes.
there's
So much.
so
right?
many different styles and focuses and things that can be done.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like,
It's-
I had no clue, bro. And it's like, you never really know until you, here, I'll just show you, like, just, you can see it up there, right?
There we go.
Sorry, give me 1 sec.
That's it. That's him going off. I need to find a gym like that too, to be completely honest.
So he's out in Mississauga.
I was gonna say most of the people I know who have access to locations like that, Saga.
Like, what?
Just flipping around,
Look, the guy goes one hand.
like reverse lever, flipping straight back up into a planche. Like, that's crazy. The amount of control these things take is absolutely insane. Insane.
Like, the fucking biceps. Are you kidding
One
me?
thing is having the strength in your muscles to do those things, and the other is the dead arm strength in your joints.
That's it. Yeah, he what's it called? Let me just open that back up. Yeah, one of the thing he kept saying was, he was like, yeah, like, it's physical strength, but it's mental. He was like, just, and I'm sure you can
You
relate.
have to
Like,
just hold on, or else you fall.
literally, he was just like, I'm not like, if I tell myself I'm not falling, like, I am not. Period.
I'm not falling. It's
And
very different.
I feel like from an outside perspective, because obviously, like, I'm into fitness, but like, I don't do calisthenics. Like, I feel like as outside people, you kind of look at that and you're like, man, like, that's not that hard. Like,
yeah.
my goodness, bro.
I like to still keep it very hybrid in terms of the way I train. So
Yeah, speak a little bit about your training styles, because this is very interesting to me. I speak about this
Yeah.
because I do more of a hybrid-based strength
Yeah.
and bodybuilding thing.
So training in general totally depends on the objective of what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
So say somebody's trying to get as strong as physically possible, put on the most amount of size. Knowing everything that I know, I'm still probably going to put them in a program that requires a lot more compound movements, isolation movements, like bodybuilder style.
yeah, 100%.
Because that's their goal. But I like doing cool stuff.
Like,
So that's where the calisthenics comes in. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it was just full body control. So say things that are interchangeable, barbell overhead press,
right.
or a handstand push-up.
Facts. Yeah, it's
Same
true.
movement. The only thing is you need way more balance for one,
Right, right.
and then
And what I speak,
different wrist positions, just different equipment, different, also just, different mindset.
yeah, what I speak so heavily on the channel is the reason I preach strength training is because of your nervous system.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, like, I'm almost more focused in that than I am
Yeah.
my musculature.
Yeah.
just because of how reactive you can be,
Yeah.
how quick you can be, how focused you can be, like your nervous system. And I explain it to you guys, like, if you want to be faster, smarter in anything, like, strength is so good for you. Like, you see a lot of people, you'll throw something and it's very sluggish. And you're like, bro, if you want to be a ninja,
Yeah.
like calisthenics,
You got to be
strength
able
training.
to transfer that
Exactly.
really intense strength over to the things. And I kind of noticed that yesterday, I hadn't tried doing a muscle up, like a strict muscle up, no kip whatsoever in, I think maybe since last summer.
Goodness.
But I'd been doing a lot of like weighted pull-ups, weighted chin-ups, not just on bars, but on rings, which is
your gym has rings.
Yeah, we got rings.
That's awesome. We don't.
So yeah, bars, rings. Even when I press, I'll try and do dips on rings just because you're not resting for a second.
Right.
Even when you're locked out at the top, you're
right.
shaking because you need to stabilize.
100%. That's awesome. I wish we had.
Because I'll do a lot. I have parallel bars there, and I'll do weighted dips as well. But if I want to really crank up like the amount of reactiveness my body needs, my central nervous system needs to like immediately be on point. Rings. It's insane. But I went and I kind of just saw the bar, and I was done teaching all my classes for the day, and I was like, you know what?
Let's do it.
Let's just hop to it, see if I can do it. And I did it easily enough. Like just one really explosive pull up, transition, and then push out.
It's
and
crazy.
I was like, wow.
Muscle memory, like it's insane. Like it's another thing I say. Like my brother's an example. So he would train with me for quite a while, and he got pretty big and strong. Because that's the training, and then he took me like a year off or so, and he was feeling really bummed about it because their initial thought is like, oh, my muscle's gone, I'm not as pumped, et cetera, et cetera. And I told him, I was like, bro, like muscle memory is a thing. You're gonna be fine. Trust me. You've already created those myonuclei. Like, we can go into depth. Like you've already created that. You're gonna be good, bro. So he comes back. Let's say a year later. Within a matter of a month and a half, he's like 90%. Like
easy. It's insane. Easy peasy. It comes back
instantly. It's awesome. It's so motivating.
Like at the same time, if you do not train certain things, you will lose them.
Right.
But it's always going to be stuck in your body. Right. It's always going to be in that muscle memory.
Right. I explain that. Adria, if you're watching this, my girlfriend, like she's taking time off too, so she feels a little like it'll come back.
Don't feel bummed about those things. Honestly, once you've been there, you can come back to it at any point in time.
A little funny example. It's funny we're talking about fitness. A little funny example. There's a guy named Kevin Larone. I think that's what it was, where like he was essentially competing in like the 70s with like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like a lot of these guys, and then he took like 20 years off or something like that from whatever juicing or whatever, but like he decided to do a show and come back, and like within not even a year, like 8 months, like this is what blew everyone away about muscle memory, like he looked basically as good as he did at like 30 years old, like that. Dude, that's cool, man, how you're into fitness. It's awesome, and especially just like you understand it, you can appreciate it. Like it's very it's cool to me to be able to speak to someone like that.
There's so many different aspects within fitness, and that's kind of what made me so like intrigued and really got me to just kind of stick in it. And it's totally my life now. Like that's a priority for me. If I have all my priorities for every day, it would be like 8 hours of quality sleep.
Facts.
Get at least 4 meals in.
Yeah, man.
And then get my workout in. And it's not every day. I don't think people have to work out every day. It totally depends on what you're doing, but I work out 4 times a week.
Yeah, bro, I'm 3 days a week. That's what I preach to you guys again.
Yeah.
The creator course.
And I don't think I would do more than 4 times a week unless I was maybe trying to prep for a show or something.
Right.
That's later down the line.
I'll
give myself like 2 years.
Yeah. How would you ever consider like a show? Like how long have you been lifting for, would you say? Like seriously?
Probably like 5 years.
Nice.
And of those 5 years, only the past 2 years have been like the most intense, like proper lifting and actual,
much more calculated,
so
progressive,
much
overload.
More specific. Everything is so specific.
Awesome, man.
I make my own programs for myself. I follow them, and then I also try and learn from other people and see what I can pick out.
That's great. We should lift sometime. Do you fall like you go 4 days? I mean, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, pull push legs.
Okay, cool. Mine's similar. Right now, the goal is grow the legs and the shoulders. So I always do legs first on Monday. So I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday rest, Thursday, Friday, weekend off.
Cool. Yeah, man. And again, it's going to depend on your how long you've been lifting for. Again, goals. And like a big thing I always say to people is like, for me myself, like I lift to live. I don't live to lift, right? Where again, like this kind of comes back to the 3 days a week, the things like that. But it's all going to depend on your goals too. Like I think a lot of times people they forget that. Like your life outside the gym is a major component which will inflict your life inside the gym. Like how often you can lift, because it's so easy for me to say like, hey, lift 2 hours every single day, yada, eat only this. It's very easy to say that, but like when it actually comes down to practically applying it with your life, different story. So, you got to be.
Everyone's on a different walk of life.
Exactly.
So many different things could come into play. And even in terms of being a coach and having a program for other people,
Yeah.
I learned that as much as you plan things ahead of time, anything can happen.
Right, and we were just speaking about that. No, man, it's huge, and this is actually why it's great, man. I didn't think we'd be talking about fitness. This is cool. I speak like the reason I think everyone should be into fitness, even besides the physical benefits, is just, bro, adaptability, your control, your emotions. Again, it's why I'm so interested in the nervous system, like your serenity, bro. To be calm and to learn how to be still. It's so funny, like with strength training, and I'm not going to go into depth, but like if you look at powerlifters or people performing lifts, usually you're extremely calm. You have to conserve all of your energy, and
it all goes into that one
exactly.
lift.
The second you start the lift, that's when everything fires. And the second that lift's done, you're zen. Like, bro, it's so funny. I'll be at the gym and like before a set, like people think like I'm like depressed or something because I'm literally just like
sitting there, just in your zone.
It's hanging. But then a second the weight comes, it's like you're going. And like I think that is such an important thing in life. Period.
Insane.
Though.
Yeah.
To learn that.
You learn a lot more from being still than from being all over the place, I think.
I just wish more people could, 100%, man. Fitness is, and it's really cool you saying this because like sometimes you need someone to remind you that because like when you're so in it, like every day, you're like, you kind of take it for granted.
You get lost in the sauce sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. So it's nice.
And I've seen it happen to many people.
Right.
And it's good. It's good to get a little reminder, which is why I feel like people need people as much as you might be in something for yourself. It's good to have a little bit of motivation 100%. From an external source.
100%. And mentors.
Dude,
you're like banging on every single thing I preach on the channel.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny.
Like even I'm a coach. I actually had a coach who was helping me address some issues that I had. And most people would be like, dude, you're a coach. Why the hell would you hire somebody else?
Right?
I'm like, he knows something that I don't know.
Yeah.
And he even told me that. He's like, I don't want you to just do what I say. I want you to actually understand what I'm teaching you so that you can apply it to yourself and maybe eventually learn it as well and be able to help other people with it.
You are never too knowledgeable to not learn anymore. Like what is it? Like the smarter you get or the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, goodness
and
gracious.
That's the biggest thing. I would say the second you think you know everything is when you have totally just cut off all your opportunities to continue growing. Right.
And that's when your reality will soon smack you.
Yeah,
in the face
you get
hard.
smacked
You
hard.
get smacked. Some little guy who knows way more breaks your ego in a second, and you're like, shit.
It's that ego.
But it's one of the best
see it happen
feelings.
all the time. Yeah. It's
so,
just a pattern that keeps repeating too. I'm just like somebody maybe they couldn't do one thing, and then they see somebody else try it, and then they're like, oh, he's not gonna do it. He's weaker than me, and then he does it, and then they're just shattered. They're shattered. And then if anything, I used to be like that.
Yeah, man.
If anything, now it's just fuel. If I see somebody who's like, maybe they don't look as strong as me, I'm like, oh crap, maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe I should go train with that guy instead of maybe talking shit or talking down on them.
Exactly. And it's very subconscious. A lot of times we don't even like catch ourselves doing it, but we're like, yeah, 100%. That's cool. Interesting. So we're about to come up to an intermission. Dude, can you believe that was like already half an hour?
That felt
that. That was crazy, bro. I think it's at like 20. The camera shut off at 30 minutes. We'll keep going until it's done.
Yeah.
Dang, guys. We didn't even talk about dance or like.
We didn't even get to that yet.
No, and like this is why podcasts are so great. They're very, they're progressive.
It's just
flow.
This just feels like flow.
Flow, bro. Whatever you want to talk. Like. We can talk about cats, bro. I really do not care. Like, whatever, man. So, yeah, okay. So we kind of know your backstory as far as fitness is a big part of your life. That's kind of what you're doing now. Personal trainer at the gym. Amazing. You're in school for that. Let's now transition over to dance or shuffling because that is essentially how I would say I found you. Like, I didn't find you through fitness. I found you through that. Like, that's kind of what came to mind. So, we'll go super heavy into this after.
Most people wouldn't find me through fitness because I actually don't really document much. And I had an account where I would post some stuff, but it was almost it started because I had to do it for an assignment.
Right.
So my intentions behind it were not because I wanted to share my content with people, which is why it's not active. But I definitely want to start doing that, and I have been planning. And once I make a little bit of a transition this summer, I'm gonna actually have a buddy who's gonna be filming me. Thank God.
That's sick, man. Do it, bro. 100%.
That's it. Because I realize I'm always so focused on my actual workouts that I'm not going to set up a camera, and
Yeah. It can be a lot sometimes.
it's a lot.
I feel you. Yeah. So let's speak about. I just don't want that to shut off. We'll keep going. Let's speak about like with shuffling or with dancing, like how did that come in with fitness? Like how come? Like where's the parallel with that in fitness? Was there like one day you decided you wanted to, like, you know, do you balance the both? Do you like one more than the other? What do you want to do in the future? Like kind of that stuff.
So shuffling for me came before fitness.
Interesting.
It came strictly through the love of the music that people shuffled to. So shout out to my boy Marco Marzilli at Marco Mars. If you're following, if you're watching this, if you're seeing this,
shout outs, man.
and I'm gonna make sure he sees this, because shout out to you, brother, because he was one of the few homies from high school who actually was into like electronic music, because he learned how to mix.
Love it. I love you.
And then I think he got into producing around the same time, possibly, but right after high school. First of all, Pickering, what was this, 2014? Not many people listened to EDM. Everything was rap, country, pop,
Still is,
R&B, and it still is,
Yeah.
which is why it is such an odd thing, I guess people would consider, for me to be into this, because I didn't even listen to it either.
Right.
He was the one who kind of put me onto it, and he was like, he would just send me music. And I think the first DJ I heard was Chami, who was like super mainstream now, and I only heard him when he was like on SoundCloud maybe. People started tagging him in videos, and it was mainly cutting shapes was originally what I thought was shuffling.
Okay.
It is its own thing. It is part of the dance, but originally that was what Marco showed me. He showed me how to cut shapes, and he just started doing some stuff with his feet, and I was like, yo, that looks awesome. He currently, and also showed me originally, was G House, which is like gangster house. So you mix a lot of old school hip hop samples with house music. It's very dark. It sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan, but anytime he drops music, I gotta love it. 100%. And I do love it because he makes some slaps. So yeah, he came back from, he was going to McMaster. And
this is your friend who inspired you.
This is my buddy Marco. Yeah.
Same age? Same age?
Same age.
Okay.
He
so you went to high school together. Is that how you met?
Yeah. So he came to St. Mary's when he was in grade 11, I think.
And when did
Maybe
he inspire you?
10.
Like what age?
This was after high school.
So just after high school.
Just after high school,
cool.
We still kept in touch. And then when he came back, we were hanging out one time, and he just brought all this stuff to me that I had never seen before.
Sick.
So he comes back with this music, with this dance that I've never seen. And he was just kind of telling me about the scene out in Hamilton, at least, that he's like, they had some crews. People would go to events and people would battle. And I was just like in my head, and I'm like, what? I would have never expected that. So I start researching. I think maybe YouTube wasn't my biggest thing to go to find it. Now it is, because I actually just look at really old videos all the time. But it was Instagram. Instagram was blowing up. It wasn't even just people around here, but it was really big, and it still is really big in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cutting shapes, different styles. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they have a really cool shuffling style out in Amsterdam and like out in the Netherlands.
And all right, guys, we are back. So little funny, not so funny story. We're recording for about like half an hour, 25 minutes or so, and this camera unfortunately was maxed out on its SD card storage, which I should have cleared beforehand. Not my camera, but still, I should have done that. So, anyways, we're gonna kind of like recap and explain what we were talking about in that, and then from that we will, bring it all full circle back home. We're gonna make this even better. So, essentially, the last thing I think we were saying was learning your styles of dance moves from the friend you had, who was able to help you with the styles. Now we're gonna speak about the fun stuff as far as I'm gonna let you say it, but essentially you, your team, the brand. I'm going to pull up the Instagram because, guys, we're doing this again, but we're going to make this even better.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be better.
So that's right. So, yeah, man, tell us about, as far as after he taught you, what was the next step as far as the brand and everything like that?
Yeah, so the team in general was mainly based off of the Instagram. That was the thing that really connected us with everyone, with the community.
And for those wondering, what is the team name? I feel like we're repeating it again, but
explain if you're going to search it up, it's Find Your Zion. So that is our handle, but the name of the crew is Zionify.
Zionify.
So just Zion comes from Zionify. That's why it's Find Your Zion.
Which, let me just get a quick little screen recording again. This is why it's nice having an assistant, guys.
Yeah.
This QuickTime player. There we go.
For the people.
New screen.
Nice.
All right, guys. So the brand on Instagram, find your Zion. Keep going.
That is what we encourage people to do, to find your Zion, find your heaven on earth.
Yeah, actually explain what that means, because
Yeah. So Zion's pretty much like that state of feeling like heaven on earth. So when we're dancing, when I'm in the circle, I am completely out of it. I am just in my state of Zion. That's how we refer to it as.
Find your Zion.
So when you find your Zion, that's when you can tell the difference between when somebody finds your Zion versus just dancing to dance or to try and impress someone. That's when you're just doing it for yourself. When you really like what you're doing, whether it be weightlifting, like swimming, dancing, drawing, find your Zion.
100%.
So that's where that comes from.
And as far as the team goes, you were kind of saying like how many people?
So right now we are at 9. We just recruited 2 new people, so you'll be able to see more of them very soon. We're just dealing with some changes within the crew and whatnot over the past like winter/fall. So that is why we kind of just made that next row saying we're back, which is we're here, we're back to creating and sharing content with everyone.
Which is coming. It's just trust right here. It says we.
It's going to say we're. Like you're going to see on Friday. Yeah, that's going to be the 3rd post. So we usually try and keep it as rows. That was originally what the creator of the crew intended to do with the feed.
Yeah, no,
keep it clean. Like that. It's interactive. It looks clean.
So who runs it? I was actually wondering about that because like it's you guys, you 9 of you guys. Like it's a clean feed.
Yeah, right now it used to be my buddy Axo who took care of all of that, but since he took a step down from being the leader and he's focusing on his own brand and his own things right now, we kind of had to do what we can with what we had. So I have kind of stepped up in terms of organizing things.
Nice. Oh, so you're running this.
I don't fully run that. I just have a system in place.
Okay.
So what I did was created a system that allowed everyone to have a role. And if we all do the things that we're supposed to do, the page runs flawlessly.
Yeah,
which is, that was ideally what I wanted to do. So that way this thing could go forever. It doesn't just depend on one person. It just depends on the team working together.
Yeah, that's huge.
And it can be passed on to generations. Say, I don't ever want this thing to die because I'm a part of it. So
yeah. No, it's huge. I literally this may seem a little unrelated, but I have quite a few Instagram pages, and one of them was I realized like it was no longer like I couldn't it was just no longer serving me. There wasn't like a point, and so more of the story, it's like RIP, live and you learn. But it's nice how you're able to have things and put it in other people's hands where you guys can all feed. Because like if I could do that, and who knows, maybe I will down the road. Like it'd be great. But
you could bring it back at some point. Who knows? But
exactly.
At the point we were at, I was like, there's too many people following us. One thing
I was gonna say, you guys have quite a following here.
Yes.
Like, you guys are like a crew, and like I know it cut off, but I kind of want to touch on after how it's the community bigger than yourself. We'll kind of go into that, but explain that. Like you guys got a team, man.
It's a team, and that was the thing. Consistency, especially with Instagram, is like the number one thing. Like you can try and time your posts and all of that, but if you're not consistently posting stuff, people will forget about you.
100%.
And that was what I realized. I was like, whoa, people are forgetting about us. As much as we are trying to figure stuff out, we need to get the ball rolling. So I was in a place and where I was like, hey, we need this. Yeah. I can do this because it's something I wanted to work on, my ability to plan and execute. And
sorry, not to cut you. If you guys have merch and stuff.
So we don't have merch yet.
Oh, okay.
That is something we have been thinking about.
Because you guys definitely have the audience that would pick up merch.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is trying to separate who's in the crew and who just supports us or is a fan or anything like that. So we're just figuring out a way to work on that, because if it was just a brand, that would be no problem. But because it is a crew, and if you're in the crew, you have the merch, it would be kind of hard to separate.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
We're going to figure it out.
Yeah, so
I have full faith that we're going to figure that out.
100%. And that takes us on to the next thing we spoke of, like identifying or like knowing your difference between your crew and then your community. Yeah. And like, what are your takes on that as far as like I was bringing up with Sergio, like, would you want down the road to have like almost like a fan page?
I think so.
I think that'd be sick.
And I think it would be sick because you're getting people involved, you're inspiring people. If somebody tags us in it, we repost it. Like, it would just be cool that way. And we do encourage people to tag us. Like, we always do the hashtag FYZ. Or if somebody messages us like a DM or anything like that, we always try and mention it just to let people know that, like, we care about the community. They're the people that remind us why we do what we do. So that's why the community is so important.
And are you guys, it says Toronto, are you guys, the 9 of you, you're all in the GTA, like you're all here in Toronto?
Yes. So even
That's
that,
awesome.
It's very hard to always meet up in Toronto. We bounce between Toronto and Mississauga just because a lot more people live out west and maybe even northwest and southwest. I'm the only person right now who lives east of the city.
And I want to play, guys, I know we already saw this, but like I want to play I want to showcase a bit of the teams. Like I played the other videos, but like so is it essentially 9 of you guys and it's just your videos of you 9?
Yes.
Essentially.
That's ideally. So we could totally put a list of every single member in the bio, but that would take up a lot of room, which is why we try and consistently get content out so people know who we are, who's in the crew, and you get a little bit of variety because we're all doing the same dance. We're all shuffling, but we all have our own way of doing it. So this allows you to...
Would you say there's like a captain of like the team? Like as far as like who's been doing it the longest, maybe who is maybe the most skilled just because of duration?
In terms of the longest, the most OG would be my friend Sabrina Rebel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the girl. Okay, interesting.
If you scroll all the way to the top, first video.
Right here.
With the Z. The word.
Sick.
The middle stage.
Let's check
She's
it
been doing this for a time. Some techno shuffles.
And is that your studio? Like, do you guys keep going back to this
No.
studio?
So, in terms of studios, I keep a list of where we've practiced before, just to. So if say we wanted to have
Had
a
a
meet.
remote, I could just. One sec. That's awesome. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. If we wanted to have a meet in Mississauga, I would already have a list of studios that we've danced at in Mississauga.
Nice. So this is in Mississauga?
That one was in Mississauga.
Everything
yeah.
cool's in Mississauga. The Sergio
Apparently,
gym, like everything.
Everything cool is west of this, either in the city or west of the city.
And the other guy you showed, it was this guy, right?
Joe, yeah.
How long's he been in it?
He has been in it. So the OGs were my friend Sabrina and Sam. And then after that, I would say him. Yeah, Joe.
I didn't play this video. This one was... Even the music with this was...
The music was great. And the cool thing is that, just like you noticed, you went from Sabrina dancing to like some dark techno to him dancing to like euphoric house.
Oh, the mask. So that's your low... Now it's making sense.
That's how you know who's in the crew when we have the mask. Same BPM, completely different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
So this is merch exclusively to you guys right now, like the masks.
Yeah.
And what is the symbolism with like the masks? Because I feel like a lot of dancers or shufflers. Is that like the right word? I could call it shufflers, or is that like?
Yeah, it would be shufflers. Like someone who shuffles is a shuffler.
What's like the symbolism of a mask? Would you say? Is there one? Is it
The
kind of just
mask
for looks?
originally, it lets people know who we are. Say I'm not wearing a Z or whatever, and I'm at a festival or whatnot. It's already kind of a vibe. Like they got the mask on. It looks pretty badass. But it was pretty much getting into character. When you put that mask on, you become almost like the name. Like I become Flacco when I put that mask on.
Oh, I know. That's Korea Park.
Yes.
I shot a music video there. I love it.
Yeah.
Was that the other one? The other guy who was there too?
Him, yeah. Him as well. He took a break. He's not necessarily part of the crew right now. So specific changes. That's what I was saying. We've been going through. in terms of some people taking a step back and some people joining. Huge inspiration for me, this guy. In terms of being able to mix different styles with the shuffling.
Yeah.
Like, shuffling's the base.
That's awesome.
And then you just add to it.
I kind of want to play like one of each team, like each team member.
Yeah.
So visually aesthetic, like you can
Yeah.
just watch it.
I wish I remembered like what video it is off the bat, because we always have the thumbnail at the beginning, so
Yeah.
it's hard to, but yeah.
Oh,
Anytime,
you guys have like a hand sign too.
anytime you can throw up that Z,
That's sick.
I'll do that a lot too. I'll spin, I'll come out, throw a Z up, and then spin right back.
Damn. You guys really are an established brand then. I didn't even the first time I looked at it, I didn't even see like the merch. Like I didn't.
It's low key. It's just, you just gotta sneak it in there. You
Oh, so this is you guys all
can
like,
check that one of me. Yeah, that
this
was a
is
pretty
you guys
cool
all at
one.
Korea
Yeah.
Park, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
We just picked different spots, like they did theirs in front of that bell, and this was us in front of the blossoms.
Flacco.
This was a great day.
That looks
The
beautiful.
sun's shining.
It looks beautiful
The flowers are blooming. You just got the vibes. Mix a little bit of stepping in there too. Whoop, throw it
Logo,
up.
let's get it. Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I would say
Is she the one who founded it, you said?
she's actually one of the newer recruits. That's my girl Kelsey. This is a pretty sick video. She goes off. She's sick.
Hey.
Great song too. She's got a very classic style. Classic rocker. And it's always developing too. That's the biggest thing.
That's awesome.
Me and her have been working together a lot in
I
terms
think that the
to
last-
get us back. with
This is the last one of the
the
Korea
ball.
Park vibes.
Yeah. It's my girl Vanessa. So she actually edited some of these. She does a lot more than just shuffling as well. She'll do many different flows. The feels.
I'm wondering is I don't know if like because I've been to Veld a couple times and I don't know if it's like it's coincidence that I keep seeing Asian people shuffle. Would you say it's like would you say it's a popular thing in like Japan and things like that? Like did it gain a lot of origin there and it kind of came
I
here?
would
Or
say
like
some Asian people are insane at shuffling. Like I just recently came upon some more like Japanese and Chinese shuffle pages and whatnot, and those guys, they do some epic shit. Like I would definitely say it's probably more popular for Asian people. There's a lot more of them as well.
Like, would you say like the roots kind of came from almost because even like you can see like the streetwear. Like I feel like the mask. Like, I feel like it's almost very like it's very like street urban and almost
I feel like a lot of that comes from like an Asian influence.
Like that's what I mean. Yeah.
And even in general, when you see like the rave scene and you see like festivals and events, there's always way more. There's a lot of Asian people.
Well, that's just what I've noticed. Yeah. And even like your crew, I mean, I guess it's just two people.
Yeah.
That are, well, if it's like all you guys seem like mixed or like ethnic, would you say like just coincidence?
Honestly, yeah, it was just the dance that brought us together.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is your background?
My background is Peruvian.
Sick.
Yeah.
Peruvian.
South American.
I didn't know if like you're maybe Italian or like maybe.
So
like...
the name Armando, I feel like it's more popular in Italy maybe. I was named after my dad's godfather who was Italian.
And I know it cut off in the other one, but explain El Flaco.
El Flaco comes from me being a skinny little kid when I was a kid. That was the only nickname I really had just growing up. They would be like, "Oh yeah, El Flaco, Flaco," and then that was the only thing that I would ever hear. Like if I was thinking of like, what would my nickname be? Like what would this other personality when I start dancing be? And it was just a very humbling name because it literally just means the skinny guy.
Yeah, man, literally. And
that was where I started, and whatever happens after that, I always remember where I started. So that's where that comes from.
The video on your page that really caught my eye was, so initially these ones which I'll play, but it was these.
Yeah.
Like a higher production video almost where I was like, oh, okay, this guy's serious with it.
My buddy Yaxo, he was the one who filmed
left or right? I don't know if I can turn my screen sideways.
I don't think you would turn, so I would put that one on.
Yeah, see this one.
That way it leaves it like that.
This is where I was like, I'm going to reach out. Because I can appreciate,
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, if you want to see some epic edits.
And this was a while ago, wasn't it?
My buddy Yaxo. Yeah,
this recent?
This was a while ago. July 17th, 2019. Yeah. And we filmed this the year before.
Just like 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's why even when I look at it, I'm like, wow, I got way better.
You've progressed a lot, eh?
But it's nice to see. If you're from Pickering, you know this location.
That's why I reached out, because I realized, like, I know this Liverpool area. Sick.
That's Yaxo with the After Effects. Boom, boom. That's it. But yeah, it's cool seeing like a themed video like that. Where
would you want to do more higher production stuff like that down the road, or definitely?
So basically, I can't do it, but finding people who want to do it is
bro,
very important.
Maybe you and I will collab one day, bro.
Hey man, we can make it work.
Yeah, dude. I want to play these quick in the I played this in the other clip, but just quickly and kind of touch on, because we were kind of speaking about, the not caring aspect.
Yeah.
But
just breaking free of worrying about what other people think. That's what's up.
And this was last summer.
This was last summer, yeah. This was at Woodbine Park for Electric Island.
Right.
They do not have it at
So what would you say to some people, because like there's even a time and a place where like I was kind of into dancing, and like even now, like I might get back into, I wouldn't say it's shuffling per se, but it's more like, I don't know, would you want to call it like super like
freestyle
super basic stuff, but like even like to people like me, what would you say like I'm looking at some people in the crowd, and I feel like some people want to dance and know how to, but they're kind of, I don't want to say wallflowers.
They don't necessarily know what to do. Yeah.
Or they're not just coming in. It's like, what would you say to those guys? I mean, we can let this finish.
The same thing I told myself, which was, if you really want to do it, you just got to do it.
Like, you can see some people kind of like going, like they want to jump in.
Yeah.
So, like, what was your experience with, like, you want to jump in, but you don't know how? Or, like, you just
First,
fuck
it was, I don't know how. Then it was, holy crap, I'm scared.
Right,
that everyone's going to, like, not like what I'm doing.
Right.
But then it was the same thing I realized. It was like, why am I doing it? Because I love it. If I like this song and I know how to dance, why not just be myself and just fully go into it?
It's cool if we play this.
Yeah. Oh, this was a great session.
This is more recent, eh?
This was at the studio. So this is one of the Toronto Rockers Union meetups.
You guys have meetups.
So not us, but it's, Toronto Rockers Union. They're the ones who host these meetups once a month.
So Zion, like your entire team, as well as others, will go.
We try to. We always try and go out and support. It doesn't always work for everyone, just because people are busy and whatnot. But especially now, with this upcoming year, we're definitely making a big effort to try and show face, meet new people, inspire people, because a lot of the people who do come to these things are also new.
Right. What was actually coming to mind now that you say that was, when I saw your brand, like, would you guys even ever consider, like, you know how you do personal training with fitness?
Yeah.
Like coaching or one-on-one training as far as dancing goes?
Yeah. So as a crew, we would like to get back into making workshops. We actually did that at one point. And you can even see in our highlights, there's a little workshop tab. So we got some stories going from when we were actively doing workshops one season.
This is great graphic designing.
Yeah.
I don't know who made that. That's nice.
They put together some good stuff. But we just tried to make sure we got footage of us.
And this is your Zion, like, workshop.
Yeah, it was the Find Your Zion workshop. So,
dude,
like,
that's awesome.
We would have it as, like,
That's
like
amazing.
at least 2 people from the crew focusing on one concept and
That's
then
amazing.
teaching it to the people.
It looks like you had a pretty decent show up, too.
Yes. So Sabrina,
Wow.
the one in the gray top, she actually does that full time now. She's a shuffle instructor. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Dude.
That's amazing.
You can do anything.
It's 2020, bro.
You can do anything.
Let's be real. Would you ever aspire to do that? Like, instead of maybe personal training down the road, maybe shuffling training or a mix of that?
Honestly, I feel like if somebody asked me to teach them how to shuffle, I would gladly do that. So as long as I have the facility to do so and something to structure, like, what to teach, I would definitely do it. So that was me and my buddy Yaxo teaching these people some combos. Yeah.
Goodness gracious. That's insane.
There's me, and my buddy Ahmed.
Oh, dude, you definitely got to start YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Just to, like, document this. Like, I can see you, even, like, online courses and stuff. That's, like, currently what I'm working on now, where it's just, like, you film yourself, you make individual things, and then from that, like...
And then based off of that,
just straight passive income, bro. Like...
Yeah.
Dude, definitely. That's what we'll kind of talk about in the end. Mm-hmm. Like, I still have a lot of, like...
Yeah, you got to ask the question.
The takeaway stuff. I'm just trying to get everyone up to speed.
This is great,
But we didn't even see this in the last clip, so this is...
Yeah,
this is
I was
great.
really glad we made sure, like, 2 people from the crew were always teaching. And then we just told everyone else, like, if you can come and just be there, because 2 people trying to answer everyone's questions is going to be really hard. So we'd always keep the rest of our crew up to date with what we were teaching, and that way they had an idea. So if somebody asked them a question, they can immediately help them instead of 2 people having to answer every single person attending's question.
Exactly.
And yeah, just being there for presence, being there for being able to record those stories and have them on our page was very important.
So that's literally why I have the assistant now, bro. Like, just someone, like you were saying, like, just someone to be able to, because when you're in the moment, bro, like, you'll forget.
It's like a behind the scenes thing. It's really nice. And I know myself, one of the main reasons why I don't have a lot of shuffling content is because I'm probably too busy dancing at the event to be taking videos of myself. So that was why.
Dude, you know what? Maybe I'll if you're local and you're doing something locally, man. Maybe I'll make a video vlog and I'll just, like, record you guys.
Do it.
Or record you. I'll incorporate that in some of the vlog.
I'll send you, like, anytime we're going to an event, you can reach.
I want to show you. just something recent. This isn't like a plug for myself or whatever, but I want to show you. So
Just some evidence, yeah.
yeah, a little clip with that I did with my buddy Philip that like essentially is like, you know, maybe something like that for you guys.
Yeah.
It was just part. It was part of a vlog, you know. So like, it's so easy, bro. Like,
just be there, yeah. It's so nice. That's dope. This is basically a music video.
yeah, like a mini one.
Love that.
It didn't play the whole thing because it was just a minute, but yeah, like you guys and your team, like man,
You're
like,
a super talented photographer
No,
and
thanks,
videographer,
bro.
so I would be very welcome.
yeah.
to
If you
working
guys,
with
if you guys are out in the area, like, and I don't even mean like just like a fun little like.
even
you
if
know?
it was planned ahead too, we can.
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
make
we
that
could, yeah,
work.
we could figure out bigger ones, but that was just
Yeah.
like, dude, I was there with
It's
him. I was
so
like,
nice. You're there. It's just,
oh, exactly, bro.
It's like, hey, want to come see me play? Sure, pull up. You got the camera.
Yeah,
you got
man.
whatever.
It's good content for us both, bro. You
It
know,
is.
it's entertaining. So, let's kind of speak now that I think everyone's up to speed on everything as far as, so we had the fitness part, we had the dance part,
Yeah.
and again, the dance was inspired by a friend that you met in high school
yeah.
who projected and allowed you to really go deep into it with
Yeah.
helping start Zion. I'm not going to say he helped start Zion, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
He helped really introduce
Inspire
me
that.
into just this whole other world of there's this dance that exists that people all across the world literally do, and I was
to where
I was
now.
like, hey, let's see what I can do with it. Yeah.
All right, we're back. Camera shut off again. This time it was recording the SD card. So, yeah, tell them what you just got, man.
I
What do-
just received the last picture of that top row, which is gonna be on Friday, and it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
drop. It's my friend Vanessa Vanity Kane on Instagram. So I'm really excited. I was just watching that and already getting hyped up for
Does it look
when we
sick?
get to release that. Yeah, it looks sick.
Yes. I guess you guys are gonna have to wait till it goes on the page,
You
though.
guys are gonna have to wait, unfortunately.
Dope, man. So to bring it full circle, like we said to you guys, we well, I know your fitness background, your fitness history.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as dancing goes, the friend who introduced it to you, you now going hard with it for at
Yeah.
least 5-6 years.
Yeah.
5-6 years. You got a team with you, which has a solid foundation. I'm waiting on that merch, bro. I would definitely.
The merch is coming.
I would cop something, man, like just like a super minimal hat or something like
Because
that. You know?
people see us wearing it and then they're like, shit, I would love to have that. And that always gets me stirring ideas of like what I could possibly do.
And
So-
this upcoming spring, I have pretty good feelings about like us working together as far as just like,
Mhm.
you know, spring, that's when the cherry blossoms come. It's
Yeah.
almost spring now. I feel like that's when you're going to be shuffling the most, when it's
Yeah.
actually warm outside.
Once it gets
you know?
warm out, that's the problem with Canada.
And amazing. Is there anything else you want me to show on like any of the Instagrams before I kind of like
honestly,
bring it full
yeah,
circle?
the main thing we go through is the IG. I'm gonna try and bring the Facebook page up to speed just so I can use it, because it just opens a whole new window of like who we can reach and running ads, things like that. So Facebook's a great tool, but I'm gonna be connecting it to our Instagram page, so pretty much whatever gets posted on the IG would get posted to the Facebook as well.
Sick.
So
And you guys saw the, I'm just trying to pull up, I'm going to pull up your page to see if I missed anything or not.
yeah, for
That,
me,
that
mainly,
initially
yeah.
got my eye. So it was this, the high production that we got, the dancing, the not caring. So yeah, let's just touch on that real quick before like we fully bring it home,
The
because I
not
didn't think we
caring.
gave like a big answer. What is your take? And I'm kind of asking this for myself too, of just taking that leap, of jumping in. Like, what's your advice to that, to even your younger self?
Not knowing what will happen if you don't take that leap.
I like that.
Uncertainty.
Is this felt? No, digital.
This
Digital
was
dreams.
Electric Island.
Okay. Are you
They-
planning on going to Veld this summer?
This summer they actually just dropped the lineup this morning.
Did they?
And they released the tickets this morning. It's really expensive for the lineup, so
Right. Well, I guess right now it is. Oh no, it gets more expensive as it
even
goes
gets
on,
more,
right?
and it's already starting off pretty pricey. So I don't think I'm gonna go. What we might do as a team, we usually send out emails and whatnot to these companies and all the people who throw events like that.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
see if they want to work with us. See if they want to have us maybe have a booth or just advertise for them in general.
100%. Power social
Send
media.
some free tickets, Val.
dude, that's literally what I do with video. It's no different. Social media is social media, man.
Yeah.
Like, it really doesn't matter. So shoot your shot. That's also like a tip to you
So
guys.
if I
you
get
have
some free tickets, you'll see me there, and I'll make sure you all know that I'm going.
Yeah. All right. So I guess it's like the final wrap up takeaway. My Bob putting down the laptop with this. I'm like paranoid now ever since that happened. I'm just like, my heart is like, anyways, you need little, I'm saying this to you guys, like you need little like setbacks or burns like that, because like I always say to you guys, like it literally ingrains it in you to be that much more cautious and careful. So it never happens again.
He would have never been as cautious as he is if that didn't happen.
Literally. And I should have figure like, it's not my camera. You'd think I'd be extra. Yeah, so
anything can happen.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate you, Armando, for being chill with that.
Yeah,
you're a business owner though, so you understand like these. Anyways, though, I think the final takeaway is, and I'm curious: fitness, dance, the red pill or the blue pill.
I know, right?
Or finding your mix between. What's kind of your take on that?
Ideally, I would like to brand myself so that whatever I do would funnel through me.
Absolutely.
So I feel like a lot of people get scared. They're like, oh, I got to stick to this, or I got to do this. And like, maybe this thing will fail. Maybe this thing will be really good. I feel like if I do really good at something, I don't have to be identified by that thing. I can completely drop it.
Right.
If it was really good for 5 years, it was really good for 5 years. And then maybe I go find something else that I like doing. But as long as I have a platform where I could funnel all those things to, I can kind of do whatever I want. 100%. And I know a lot of people who do that, and I'm going to have to hit them up and maybe have a podcast like this with them. Yeah.
Dude, I'd love to even work with you, man, as far as like just YouTube goes. Like I've been at this whole shooting, like, man, I've made every mistake you can think of, bro. So like, even if you want to talk about like, you know, starting fresh on YouTube or like personal branding with this stuff, just because now having the 3 YouTube channels, bro, like they were all meshed into one. Like I've dealt a lot with as far as like when's too much, when's not enough. And like, yeah, man, even after this podcast, like I always tell guests, if they're not already, get on YouTube. Yeah. Hammer it, man. Like the potential there.
It's it's free. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Like people can get to know so much about you as far as shuffling goes. And then through that, and I think why YouTube's such an amazing thing is you get to see yourself what you really truly love. Yeah. Right. And then things naturally begin to take a turn. Like for me, a bit of story time, my first business and what I was on YouTube for was a fitness channel. Right. And that's what I was known for. That's, you know, that went pretty that was
crazy. How I originally figured you out.
That's how everyone kind of figured me out. Right.
Crazy story. I was just talking to my one buddy who I went to school with. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be on a podcast with this guy. And I sent him your account. Yeah. And he was like, what? Bro, what? He's like, bro, what? No, but he was like, dude, he's like, I remember watching this guy when he was like making fitness videos on YouTube. I was like, that's how I found out who you were too.
I try to run away from that past. No, I'm kidding. But
they were good fucking videos.
Yeah, man, they were good. But you know, you just got to find things that are true to you, you know? I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah. So I guess, yeah, I'm just trying to think as far as like
learning as you go. I think.
Learning as you go. Like I think I'm kind of stumped right now. I'm kind of having like a brain fart. Yeah. As far as maybe you know I don't want to play polarities and stuff, but if you were to choose more of like let's just say like all the money in the world and all was amazing, and you could like choose one of them per se. Let's just say, which one do you think for you would, you know, you'd be happier with, I guess, or you'd want to choose to go further with?
The ultimate choice, and I know this because it feels right, would be the fitness.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because of the fact that there are so many other aspects that go into coaching people. So there's like the mindset, there's your lifestyle, your habits. And I would want to fix all of that before I even get somebody in the gym, to be completely honest. So having a transformation business is kind of a dream of mine.
Yeah, I'm so like far term thinking. I'm thinking of like different like businesses for you as far as like YouTube, like possibly creating, you know, just calling it Armando and just having both like shuffling and as far as fitness goes.
And I feel like all those things would document what I'm doing, which is why I ideally want to have that one funnel that sends whatever I do, or say somebody wants to learn how to shuffle. My thing would take them to a page where they can sign up how to get lessons with me, or
Yeah,
if
man,
somebody
have
wanted
multiple
personal
businesses.
training, they would have that option as well. Like, just funnels everything.
100%. Yeah, I think even just like one YouTube channel
Yeah.
with like two, ideally, let's just say keep it simple, two businesses.
Yeah.
Personal training and thing.
But the beauty of Instagram is that, say I do all these different things, if I just have one page, the amount of consistent content, whatever it be that I do, is that much more frequent, because you're seeing, oh, this guy's working out.
100%, yeah.
Oh, this guy's dancing. Oh, this guy's doing something else. He's in music videos. He's doing whatever, but you get to see every single side of me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I think this summer will really make it evident too of like that balance.
Yes.
You know, now that it's getting warm. So I think, guys, we're coming to a closing, because that was already over an hour, which is amazing how fast it flowed. Like you're like a gem on camera, man. I don't know. That's why I think I keep pushing YouTube on you, because like of how well you're being on camera.
Nice.
So I'm like why don't you?
It was never always like this. This was learned, and just the same thing as we're doing right now. Every opportunity that I'm given to do something like this, I take, because I know I can take something away from it.
Which is amazing, dude. I mean, if you care about your own reality, it's getting out of your comfort zone and running it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's probably the biggest thing I would say to you guys. Like, take risks, be bold. That dance video you had there, the two, like, just jump.
Share it, post it. If you see a dance circle and you want to dance, just go right in. That's the biggest thing I will tell anyone, because you won't know what happens if you don't actually do it. And that was the biggest thing with me. I was creating all these scenarios in my head, like, oh, I'm going to screw up. Oh, this is not going to be great. But those were just made up. They hadn't happened yet until I actually jumped in the circle and had a really good time. Came out, somebody told me I was really good. And even if they didn't tell me I was really good, the fact that I overcame that fear of judgment was like the biggest thing ever.
And it's funny, because I always say, you know, fear, or like the worst scenario always happens right before you jump.
Yeah.
Like, once you've jumped, all that fear, gone.
Doesn't matter
It's
anymore.
it's ironic. It's all backwards.
You won because you overcame the fear. It doesn't actually matter what happens after that.
Right.
You
exactly,
won.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. So I guess one last thing would be, what advice would you give your younger self years ago, maybe just starting dancing or shuffling or fitness or really anything, just making moves, period? You know, that younger Armando.
Advice that I could give a young Flacco.
A young Flacco.
Honestly, surround yourself with people who uplift you. I was not necessarily aware of myself or the environment I was putting myself in back in the day. And I think it was doing me more harm than it was uplifting me and motivating me to do greater things or want to make myself better. So now that I have a lot more self-awareness, I look back and I'm like, that's what I would have told a young Flacco. Yeah, find people who uplift you, motivate you, inspire you, and be that person for them as well. So yeah.
Amazing. That's it. Well, dude, I am honestly so stoked to see what happens in the spring, the summer, man, to be working more closely, because like that is, it's just exciting, bro. Like, there's not too many styles of content that like I'm willing to shoot, because most are kind of like meh. Man, I'll keep bringing up Sergio, but like calisthenics like that, dancing, man, like
it's exciting.
They're very flashy. They're very exciting.
It's flashy and
you
exciting.
Can't be sad and look at that.
Yeah.
Like, the second you look at that, you're like smiling. You're like, that is fucking awesome.
It's a whole other world of just possibilities and so many different things that you can catch on camera that it just gets everyone hyped. Yeah,
man. Well, yeah, dude, I'm stoked for you. Like, I really, you know, whether it happens or not, like I'd love to see more on YouTube, man.
Yes.
Like I would love to follow your journey, bro. Just like a young Armando Fit, bro. Just like, what do you guys know? But no, man. Document. That's what we're doing here for you guys with the podcast. You know, you'll see episode 100, episode 200, 300. You know, we'll see different studios and things. Just to you guys, final takeaway: just put yourself out there, regardless of what platform. Put yourself out there. Document, share your journey, because there's no harm in doing that. You're not doing. There's no wrong in that.
There is none.
Like, you can't get upset at that. So I'll finish there, guys. That is that. Armando, this was probably, even though that happened, like, this was probably one of the smoothest.
Yeah.
Besides that, I would say one of the second we got it going, it was just
it just goes.
It was just gone.
And that's when you know you're having a really good conversation.
100%. And again, like we've never met before this, so yeah, if you guys want to come on the podcast, what's up? Anyways, finish there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed or are able to get some value from it. All of the links will be down below, guys. Definitely check out, as I will be now, Find Your Zion, as well as El Flaco Armando. And hopefully maybe YouTube will come. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, we'll finish there. Do you want to give any last words? Go nuts, man.
Any last words? No, thank you guys for listening. Thank you, David, for even reaching out and having me on this, because this is a great opportunity for me to get better at speaking on camera, speaking on a podcast. This is the new wave, guys. Yes. If I could give you any advice, take all of these opportunities.
Please, the new wave. I love that. Okay, thank you guys so much. We will talk to you in the next one. Peace. Awesome, bro. Fucking killed it. That was it.
Dope, bro.
Dope.
I will,